Now we are going to take a look at the RCAs tab, which is located right up here at the top. So once you click the RCAs tab, you're going to see some information here. Now, I would like to note that since I'm using my internal account, I am able to view everyone's RCAs internally within Reliability Center Inc. So there are a couple ways to filter here, as well as search up here at the top. So you can filter via the various groups that you may have created. So I'll go ahead and select California here, and you're able to see all of the RCAs that were created within that particular group. You're able to filter by the owner. So I will go ahead and search for myself here, and you can see every single RCA that I have created. You're able to filter via the status. So we have pending, in process, review, complete, archived, and canceled. I would like to take a moment to go over each of these statuses. So pending is when the RCA hasn't been actively worked on, but you're working on creating it, such as assigning who's going to be working on the RCA, creating the event, costs associated with it, and adding more information to it. Once the RCA is being actively worked on, that is when it would be switched to the in-process status here. Once you believe an RCA is completed, and let's just say you have someone within your organization, maybe it's someone within upper management or a direct manager, maybe a director, or whomever it may be. Maybe there's someone within your team that is set to review all of the RCAs to make sure that everything is filled out accurately, correctly, which then it would be set to the review status. From there, once the RCA is fully complete and it's ready to go, you would go ahead and set it to complete. You also have the option to archive or delete RCAs as well. You can filter via the facility. So facility is for your organization only. This is a drop-down box of which would be sent to us via a CSV file, and then we would upload it on your behalf. So this will allow you to easily be able to stay organized and determine which RCAs or which events are occurring at what particular facility. So for example, if I were to type in California here, then I could go ahead and select and see which RCAs have been conducted that I'm the owner of at that specific California facility. It is the same case with equipment. So for example, this would also be a CSV file that would be sent to us and we would upload on behalf of your organization. So every organization has different names for particular pieces of equipment. So if I were to look up pump here, you'll see we have an option for pump 01. So if I were to click that, you can see that I've created a number of RCAs pertaining to that particular piece of equipment. And if I also want to clear filters, I can click this button here to clear everything out. You're also able to update statuses of RCAs here on this drop-down box under the status column. So you'll see on this new analysis, if I wanted to change it to in process, review, or mark it complete, I'm able to do so there. If you click over here on the ellipses, you'll see a couple various options, which you can pin RCAs to home. You can edit RCAs from here. You could delete it. You can also publish and add to a template library, which I will show you on the home page where you're able to see published RCAs as well as adding to the template library. When you publish an RCA, that RCA becomes viewable for everyone within your organization. So when you're working through an RCA and you're starting one, that RCA is visible to only yourself and any other team members that are associated with the particular RCA. So in other words, they stay confidential unless you decide to add an RCA to a template library or if you decide to publish the RCA. You have an option here to adjust the columns that you see here. So when you click on this, these are the default columns that are included. But as you can see, there are additional columns that you can add or replace these columns with, and you can customize it however to your liking. Now, I like to personally keep it as the default options here, so I will not be making any sort of edits to my columns here, but it is some nice functionality to have. Let's just say, for example, you have an RCA and you accidentally click delete on it when you didn't mean to. Well, what you can do here is click on the deleted RCAs, and you will easily see an option here to restore your RCA to bring it back to active should you accidentally delete an RCA that you didn't mean to do.